The Winnipeg Jets lately are playing their worst hockey of the season. When every other team in the Central Division is on fire, the Jets are drowning. And it is at very much cause for concern for me. And I've been a believer of this team all year long. And at this point, I'm almost getting ready to officially hit the panic button. You know, I was getting pretty nervous after that game against the Islanders where they lost 6-3, and that was a deceiving score. It should have been 6-0 in my opinion. Terrible game, and I wanted to see some pushback against the Capitals on that back-to-back situation on that Saturday-Sunday back-to-back. And the Jets went into that Sunday matchup against the Capitals and proceeded to lose 3-0. And it was a terrible effort. And like I said before, all I wanted to see in that game, if you were going to lose with some dignity, play some damn hockey. Because in that game against the Devils, it was atrocious. No pushback. Game against the Islanders, no pushback. Atrocity. You go into the Capitals game, all I want to see is just some effort. And people might argue that there was some effort in that game, but frankly, I don't give a crap when you get shut out. So here you are, going into this matchup on a Tuesday against the Edmonton Oilers, and boy oh boy did this game have playoff vibes to it, 110%. And you know, they needed to win this game. Well, I don't care about what people say, they got the point and all that. At the end of the day, they needed to win this game. The Jets needed to come out here and show themselves that they can get out of their heads, play consistent 5-on-5. I'm not even going to say that because that's been a joke ever since the All-Star break. But let's be real. At least come out and play effective hockey. And they didn't. They did for a little bit. That first period was pretty damn good. They had the lead in the second period early on, and then they just pissed it away for 30 minutes straight and allowed the Edmonton Oilers to get a 3-1 lead before pushing late with 2 goals to tie things up, getting into overtime just to get Zach Hyman to score his 51st of the season on you. And, Logan Stanley got things going on early with that fight against Corey Perry, which was long overdue watching Corey Perry get his ass kicked in Winnipeg. I absolutely loved it and was probably my highlight of the game, 110%. And outside of that, though, this game had moments where the Jets played good hockey, and what this game highlights to me the most in this losing streak is even when the Jets are able to play, their best version of their hockey, they can't do it consistently and for a full 60. That's what tonight's game was. Tonight's game reminded me of the 2019 season. It reminded me of the last couple of seasons, going back to the COVID years and the lockout year, all of that stuff. It's been reminding me of. It's getting flashes of that because that team had a lot of star power on it too. But they weren't able to play consistently and win games, down the stretch. And that's exactly what this Jets team is doing right now. They are drowning. Even though you had great saves from Hellebuck, he kept you in this game at times. Even though you had depth scoring, Appleton getting a goal, Brendan Dillon stepping up and getting a goal, And then Monahan obviously getting one later on as well, But even with the depth scoring, it wasn't enough. It was not enough, and they pissed away this chance to win this game by not being able to play consistent hockey. Edmonton's a good team. You have to play your full effort against good teams. Like I said, this had playoff game written all over it, just with the vibes of it. And Edmonton always plays tough against the Jets. These games have always been, nail biters in my opinion against Edmonton ever since we've come back. They were talking about on the record that I think out of 20 matchups in Winnipeg, or 20 matchups against Winnipeg since coming back, that they've gotten 16 points or something like that. Edmonton had said on the broadcast, and good reason for that. Edmonton and Winnipeg always battle hard, and tonight they did, but just they couldn't keep it up. They couldn't be consistent enough to win this game, and that's what cost them. And the reason why I'm so upset, frankly, at this performance and at the fact that they lost in a situation where they needed to is because the Predators just came back in an amazing fashion to beat the Vegas Golden Knights, and they're only 4 points back now of the Winnipeg Jets for third in the Central. Yes, you heard that right. A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the Jets battling for first place in the Central right now, and now we're talking about them potentially being a wild card team. So if you don't believe that this collapse is imminent and happening right now, right before your eyes, you have to get your head out of your ass like I'm doing right now, because for a while I've been blind. I've been just like, what, let's ride this out. They're playing a bad stretch of hockey, that's okay. I still believe in this team, and no matter what, I still believe in this team. I still will, but that doesn't mean there ain't cause for concern right now. It is getting very hairy out here, and I'm not happy about it. Because this team should not be in this situation. The Jets had a chance to come out here this year and really put it to their opponents like they had for the first half of the season. You get the deadline acquisitions of Toffoli, who's fit in great, and Monahan as well, scoring tonight. He's got I don't even know how many goals he's got now, 13 maybe since being traded here. I think but I think that's a crazy amount. But still, something close to being that amount. It's just ridiculous that this is where they are right now and that they're sinking. And of course, at the time when every other team in the Central is rising, you look at the schedule right now. They play Vegas on Thursday. Huge game. You have to go into that matchup and win that against the Knights. It's a huge test game in my opinion. We know Velarde's coming back too soon, so that's great because we're going to be getting to this here. Just hold on. Remember that. Velarde's coming back, but listen to what's coming up. Then you play the Senators and the Kings and the Flames. That should be a stretch where the Jets could potentially win 3 games in my opinion. The Kings and Flames, they could. I think they could easily come out there and do that. I'm just going to say that. I think they can. That's a huge test for them too, coming out and winning those games. Beat Vegas and go on a little run, because guess who you play after the Flames, the Wild, the Predators, the Stars, and the Avalanche. You're coming into the thickest stretch at the final end of the season, and you need to, these games are going to be huge measuring stick games for the playoffs. And with the way the Jets are playing right now, I don't know if they win any of them. And that's terrifying to me. You look where they were a week ago against the Rangers, how good they played in the last 4 games, and have just really, you've witnessed the collapse. We've been seeing it kind of since the All-Star break with little sprinkles of bad play, but the Jets were able to win games still and find ways to win. And as of late, they just can't do that. I don't care about puck luck. I don't care about good bounces. I don't care about penalties and all that crap. I care about wins, and the Jets just aren't finding ways to win right now. And like I said, with that stretch of those Central opponents coming up in April 6th, 9th, 11th, and 13th, it's almost the end of March. That is coming up closely. And with the way that the Nashville Predators are playing right now, the Jets could find themselves in a wild card spot sooner than later. So make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all things Winnipeg Jets hockey, as we are going to be covering all of this in the thick of it with the Jets as they head towards the end of the season. So peace, love, and positivity. As always, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and check out all the other affiliate links down in the description below. And if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching it. I do appreciate it. And let me know what type of content you would like to see on the channel in the next coming up weeks. I've been wanting to make tons of videos, but I don't know exactly what. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. So thank you so much for watching. Peace, love, and positivity as always. Go Jets, go! And boys, wake up!
It'll all be over.